Hey everybody, it's cold outside, so I got a coat on. But any hooser, we have the Nabalis Vulp Pro False Live Blade. So YouTube, this is not dangerous, as you can see. This is not dangerous, alright? Not sharp, but let's talk about it. The Nabalis Vulp Pro, ooh, that was bad, False Live Blade. This is a version of the Vulp Pro by Nabalis, which features a false live blade, which, for those of you who don't know, is basically a knife edge that is completely ground out. So they grind the edge, but they don't put an edge on it. So you see, they had the slab, they cut it into the shape of the blade, then they ground it, but instead of putting an edge on it, it's just flat. So it can't cut you. That is why it's a false live blade. It looks like a live blade, it'll flip like a live blade, but you're at no risk of cutting yourself. Which is why it's kind of neat. It is interesting, I think. Especially that this is from Will Hirsch. If I remember correctly, I think it was Will that might have criticized the Nabalis Wave for doing the false live blade. And I do think that the false live blade falls into a weird kind of gray area with how I feel about that too. Because it's not a blade, but it looks like a blade. So people will still think you're flipping a blade. It's an interesting area. But I'm sure you guys just want to know, how does this flip? And I am here to tell you it flips very, very well. If you have ever seen somebody flipping a normal Vulp Pro trainer, I'll be honest, this flips exactly the same. I have not noticed a difference. Maybe if I compared them, I'd notice a slight difference. But I didn't buy a Vulp Pro live blade. I just bought the blade, and then I swapped the blades from my old one. Which is another thing I want to talk about. If you bought the blade and you're planning on just swapping out the two blades, good luck. Because it took me several minutes just to get the thing apart. It was like stuck together. I had to I was pounding it with like a hammer basically, trying to get these things unstuck. It was rough. Eventually I did get it. I put it in. Nabalis and I think Will have said that they do not tune the bushings for these if you just buy the blade, because you can't tune it without the handles. But that being said, this right now, the way I have it set up, is completely stock. I have not tuned the bushings. So if you buy the blade and you swap it onto the Vulp Pro that you already have, this is the tolerances that I got. Here's the play. Yeah, I know, it's basically nothing. And, no tap. It's not even close to tapping. Sounds great. I can't get it to... Not a very loud balisong. Doesn't really want to do the little ice pick sound test. But I think that's more just because of the G10. G10 balisongs tend to be a little like that. There you go, there's a little bit. So that is completely stock bushings, not tuned. That was just swapping the blades, that's what I got. Which is incredible, because obviously I don't even need to tune them. They were just perfect. Now I can't say that yours will be perfect too, but mine were. Honestly, I think that this thing is really cool if you're someone that is into this, you like the way it looks, you are able to sharpen it and make it a live blade, if that's something you're into. I will not be doing that. Cutting up my hands does not sound fun. In general, like, I'm not saying I'm a wimp, but like, I need my hands for the kind of stuff that I do. So, you know, I don't see any benefit to an actual live blade for me personally. If that's something you like, go for it. But I'm not going to be sharpening mine. My only complaint, and something that if you buy this you need to be aware of, this tip is really sharp. Like if I was to try and throw an aerial and I went like that, I am like positive that it would stab you and you would bleed. That being said, YouTube, not sharp. Not sharp. But yeah, it is something to be aware of. If you're thinking that you're going to buy this and it's going to be completely harmless, you do still need to give this the respect that a live blade would get. Because it is still similar enough that, you know, it's not going to feel good. Like, for instance, a bite handle chaplain is going to hurt. It's not going to cut you, but it's going to hurt. And obviously, I'm starting to drop it a lot. That is not because it flips poorly. It's because it's getting really cold out, and my hands are starting to struggle to flip. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. That is kind of my thoughts on it. I did just get this like yesterday. I didn't make an unboxing video because, like I said, there was all I got was the blade. Not really anything to unbox there. So yeah, if you guys want like an update video in a week's time or so, let me know. I can make that happen. But yeah, hope you all had a wonderful day. Subscribe, leave comment, video ideas. Love the support you guys always have. And hope you all had a wonderful day. And until next time, keep flipping. I'm going inside. It's really cold.